but they like to get 32, and you would ask the question today, you think he'll get 32? Shaq wasn't quite sure.
Not an easy thing to do. Pace will be something we'll talk about throughout the broadcast as well. Our starting lineups are sponsored by Jeep. There's only one, and Kurt Kleth is just one of the big guys that Jay Wright is concerned about. Linked for Marquette from the backcourt all the way to the front court as the head man of Villanova worried tonight.
Well, part of the problem they have is the contesting of their jump shot, so it's very important they space around. The referees may call a technical on the table.
Who has to shoot the foul shots if we get teed up?
Count on you.
Well, 0 for 2 then. Slater and Quest to jump it up. Marquette controls, and Tyler Kolek will bring it up.
Having good look right now. The Cats of Villanova go a little.
And Lewis will attack that man-to-man, driving on Samuels off the window. The tip try won't go. The rebound knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay on this end of the floor.
Not many opportunities, no question about it. And Jay informed you a little bit about his dribble drive. Favors that right, particularly in the corner, right?
Going from left to right, comes around from that left side. He loves to go right. We'll keep an eye on that tonight as Quest gets the inbound back to Kolek.
There's the engine, though, number 22.
What a find he's been from George Mason.
He's very good when he gets in the lane, finding opposite, little hook pass. I love when they score so the crowd will sit down, by the way.
And there's the points for Daryl Morcell. Everybody standing courtside until that first bucket.
I just love that kid. He's having a great year, like a point-forward mentality. Can handle the ball. Little three. They're changing the deal, but they're not as aggressive. Well, I would have jacked it if I was Gillespie. They don't get a whole lot of looks with the contest.
And Gillespie's been hot. Hit 13 of his last 20 from three-point land.
There's a little bit over we expected. Samuels in the lane with Dixon high.
There's Samuels, 3 on the shot clock. Going to have to launch. Slater, that 3 does not draw iron. And a shot clock violation.
Checking out.
Our Edward Jones team goals.
The Villanova didn't really shoot the ball real well earlier.
Sponsored by Edward Jones. Life is for living. Let's partner for all of it.
And the other end, some turnovers to goals, runouts, block shots, hurries to get some easy early looks from Marquette. Nice roll again. They love this.
Queth inside is fouled, and he'll go to the line, a 50% foul shooter.
Well, they deploy so well. Everybody knows the roll is coming, but the cover is impossible. And they also do a good job of having smaller people in the back, so you don't have any like Gillespie's to cover there. What an addition this kid has been. Over 3 blocks a game. High percentage, 66. Well, if you move around the rim, that certainly helps.
65 this year. It's already 8th most in a single season in Marquette history.
Jim McElvain's got to be the leader, if I'm not mistaken.
You are not mistaken.
110 deflections he's had, this kid. Second to Tyler Kolek.
And for Shaka Smart, really favors deflections as a metric that not only shows how aggressive they are on defense, but he says it helps fuel their offense as well. His goal is 32 deflections per game, although he told us earlier, with the pace of this game, you may have a few below that goal.
He's got to back it off a little bit. And nice defense again, Prosper.
Omax on the other end to the rim, and a 7-0 start for Marquette.
Any place, much less on the road, you get this rocky start. This is where you need composure, and this kid has it right here, Gillespie. Daniels had played well too against them, and we know what Moore can do.
Justin Moore, 15.5 points per game. They're going to need him to get it going. Here's Daniels.
But Samuel's got the miss. There you go.
Against Kolek, extra pass underneath, and Villanova on the board thanks to Brandon Slater.
They really do a nice job hiding under that glass, a little mid-post area, and drop it off.
Lewis will launch. Lewis will hit. Woo.
I thought that was a little bit of a settle. He got it going pretty good, but quick timeout. Lewis is a load.
Both teams have been tested, as you will, in this Big East. 10 games against the top 25, number 11 tonight for Marquette.
They're getting some easy looks, dribble drives. And we saw that three going to commercial. This little pressure defense has caused them. It's not the havoc of VCU. Generally speaking, they want them to use some clock. So you're going to have to go over the top and post up and attack it on occasion.
Here's Slater on the attack.
I would have gone up with that.
Gillespie's three is short, and the rebound to Krepp.
Well, they pass up some good shots. Always looking to get a better one.
Lewis, the jump pass to Morcell. Now Kolek to work.
He can make some trees. That one is off. Boy, goodness, must have been a draft in the building.
He hit the first one. That one a little wide right.
Of course, there's been a lot of good drafts made here in this town. The breweries over the years.
Just a few. On this late night, probably had a few sampling.
There you go.
Slater inside. He'll go to the line after he draws the contact.
Well, he is quick. His first step, electrifying. He didn't pass up the shot that time. I thought earlier he did, particularly when you're struggling. And just this little hesitation, a little head bob, and they are one of the great teams in the country to get you airborne with just a little pump.
82% at the line for Slater. This is the best free throw percentage team in all of Division I basketball.
Now, he had been struggling with that three. He finally made a three against Marquette, but maybe 1 in 19 before. But if he could get cooking again like he did early in the year from deep, it really would open things up.
Oso Ighodaro on the floor now for Marquette as Marquette sits down with that first foul.
Not a bad backup, wouldn't you say?
6'9".
Yeah.
He had a huge game against Creighton earlier in there, 22 against the Blue Jays.
Ooh. Chris Creighton with a big one last night.
You were there for that one. A battle without Kalkbrenner in the second half.
Go. They were manufacturing a post up. A little, they got away with it. I thought Moore maybe with a grab.
Turnover to Villanova down 6. Looking baseline. The drive off the window for Caleb Daniels. The guy's really coming on from Villanova.
It's tough, no question about it. Physical presence he and Moore possess.
Jump pass down low. Ighodaro has to back out to Kolek for 3, and he hits the open look.
You think they're ready? Well, they are prepared. Like I said to you, he wants him to shoot more, right?
3 for 4.
Look at this pass.
And then Morcell. Lewis waiting for traffic to clear, and now they'll reset. Ighodaro against Slater. Just muscles his way in.
Absolutely. But lifts the bicep as well. Some strength at the tin.
What a start for Marquette.
You had mentioned earlier, the size on the perimeter makes it tough to get an easy look.
Slater poked free. Ighodaro knocked it away. Maxence Prosper. Morcell trailing 3. And an air ball spiked out of bounds by Ighodaro.
Well, Morcell can't believe it. He's had 2 of those. Somebody put the fan down. Shut it off. Pretty good around the rim. We talked about the Big East. Well, the team that was renowned, who used to play the original Celtics, was the New York Reds. They were well known in the East. And contrary to what you think, I didn't announce any of those games.
Nor coach, nor be involved in any way of the promotion. Not quite.
History is amazing, though.
Oh, it's a history that few of us learn, but it is fascinating to have the chance to learn it now.
Longino on the floor now. This is what they're good at. You got to stay at home on the shooters. Tough shot. He is strong.
Well, he has just grown up this year.
Daniels added to Tulane, maturing. When he first came on campus, he was tough at practice. Really helped the starters. There's that dive to the post up, but Daniels pretty well prepared.
Kolek turning the corner, the lob underneath, an error pass, and he didn't go up with the shot. He had a wide open look, and Cam Jones hits the 3. How do you know things are going your way? That's the play.
Exactly, the corkscrew delivery, but a great kick-out pass. Talking about getting the better shot.
And Dixon trying to hammer it home, and it caroms out to Jones.
I like the attack, though. A little bit of a message that we're here. But Jones is a confident offensive player.
The freshman over to Kolek.
Not afraid of taking a few.
Turn to the corner against Longino, and the tip chance for Regadaro.
Yeah, Dixon attracted to the dribble. Nice cleanup by the big fella.
What a start for Marquette. 6 minutes in and a 12-point lead. Daniels providing the offense.
He's ready to play. He made that. Got himself prepared, available. Nice dive across the baseline.
7 already for Caleb Daniels. Kolek can't connect on the answer, and the rebound to Moore.
This team won't go away. I mean, they are a thoroughbred program.
Dixon stays with it. Rejected by Iguodala.
They are comfortable late in the shot clock, too. Look at this kid. A nice pass by Moore to set him up. Why not ride him?
How about 10 of the 14 scored by Daniels?
Good. He got on the charter. So far, Kolek really hasn't gotten in the lane where he can be destructive. He loves to back people in and bully them.
And Lewis, a blocking foul, count the bucket, and a chance for one more at the line.
Well, he's an aggressive kid. Mix that up with his deep ability and really understands size disparity, too. Can elevate over people a little late.
Longino with his first. To the line goes Lewis. Colin Gillespie, top scorer in Big East play. Justin Lewis, second leading scorer in Big East play. Talking about two guys who are going to be right at the top of the conversation for Big East Player of the Year.
They are really talented kids, no question about it. Colin, 139 games under his belt as well. Call that a seasoned veteran. Good one against St. John's the other day as well, 17.
Villanova's won 9 of 10. Marquette 7 of 8. Red hot teams.
I love what Shaka's done with the pressure. It's not what you were accustomed to in his younger days at VCU, but still they can turn it up a notch when they need it. Well, not a good look here.
A takeaway by Greg Elliott. Turnover number 5 for Villanova. Not a team that turns it over a lot.
Oh, they're pretty valued. 9.5.
They had 10 in the first meeting. Not an overly high number, but a lot late in that game.
Jay alluded to that. Can't give or feed this team. They love the open floor, Marquette.
Second foul on Longino. He'll sit down.
Shaka raving about Joplin to us today, too, on the floor. Made a big 3 against Villanova. Big time recruit for him at Texas, or committed there anyhow, and came north. He's from the state here.
Borcel will inbound for Marquette.
I love that little dribble exchange and the movement on the handoff. That's number 2 on Queth.
That's a big one on the big guy.
They are calling that all the time. So you've got to learn not to do it. You've got to be perfectly still. Let's see if he moves the shoulder. That's what they're saying. I don't know. That's a penny and a nickel, not a nickel dimer.
Not even a nickel dimer.
Puts the kid in the hole, too, though, you know?
Takes a big weapon out of that Marquette lineup. We talked about the top of the broadcast.
Look how small they're playing here, too. Excuse me, Jeff.
Iguodala with the personal foul. His first, and his time on the floor even more valuable now.
I'd have him for a second. I thought he had one earlier. Really not necessary. All he had to do was take away the dribble lane.
Shaka pleading his case, or maybe still pleading the case of Kirk Queth on the foul before. Samuels off the ball fake. Drives inside for 2.
Well, they are really good. Dribble drive, blown by, lifting people. Disadvantage, Iguodala. This kid's really been on a run, I think, Elliott. Playing confidently, shooting the ball.
3 threes away from a career high. Lost the dribble on that one, though. And a turnover to Villanova.
So they're getting their legs right now.
Samuels inside and an offensive foul.
Well, he had to just go right up. How about that dribble drive?
In year one, 2013-2014, Butler did it.
Sun, right?
Yeah, Butler did it in 2016-2017. And that's it. It's not easy to do what Marquette's trying to do tonight, sweep the Wildcats in the regular season.
Well, they have been so good for so long. As we know, Jay with 2 national championships, amazing array of talent. Ooh, Gillespie. Ooh, up that little play.
And to attack David Joplin off the bench. Inside, tough defense, no problem.
He's sized, though, a couple of inches. Knew he could elevate.
Again, that size, a huge concern for Jay Wright.
On both ends of the floor as well. Gillespie hasn't really had a 0 for 1. Hasn't had a really clean look. He might with Jones, though. Being a freshman.
Samuels at the top of the key. That 3 is true for Jermaine Samuels.
Well, he gets perking a little bit. He has not been as good from 3 as I have seen him. He could use it.
It's 25% on the year for Samuels. He's a better shooter than that.
He is. This year.
15 to shoot. Joplin from the elbow, and he hits it. You mentioned it earlier. Shot was really high on him.
Absolutely. What a talent this kid. He thinks he's just getting better and better each day. He feels his success is having the team grow and develop.
Gillespie looking for his 3. Rattles off. Rebound tipped over to Cam Jones.
Nice challenge by Elliott, too. Well, this kid's got some life, doesn't he? Nice little curl of the corner to look. Look at this kid. Bang! Big time. A little Dick Barnett in him with that southpaw delivery.
And a 30-19 lead for Marquette. To shoot. Samuels.
Nice pump.
Driving on Iguodaro, and he's able to find some room for 2.
Nice. Take advantage of a mismatch, right? Speed, power.
Samuels has scored Villanova's last 7. Now a turnover. Numbers for the Wildcats. Gillespie toeing the line for 3.
How about how smart he was to arrive at that spot, but the nice kick by Moore.
Boy, and that crowd in full throat, and with the blink of an eye, 5-0 spurt for Villanova.
These are tough-minded kids. He goes to the well a little bit often.
Joplin, the offensive board, second chance now.
Play with the clock not stopping. He's keeping the mainstays out here of Marquette. Nice roll.
Oh, and Iguodaro just had that one carry him away. Got the feed from Elliott. Iguodaro pounding his head, saying, "Can't believe I dropped it."
One of them should have been a little bit higher, but nice find here. Get them organized. Gillespie, we've been saying that for a few years. Big time delivery.
First points for Colin Gillespie on that 3.
Let's see if they can move Dixon out a little bit now. A nice job at Iguodaro trying to guard at the top of the key. Get him to screen a little bit.
Gillespie, a step back over Maxence Prosper, a little short, and the rebound for Stevie Mitchell.
They're going to have some young kids who are going to be pretty good, don't they?
Sure do.
And not a good dribble drive here.
Too much traffic there, and it's taken away Archie Diacono.
I've heard that name before in this program, haven't you?
Accompanied with the word hustle. Off the fake. Archie Diacono.
Nice look.
Slater. Probing against Mitchell. Working against Mitchell, trying to turn the corner. Here's Moore. Back it goes to Slater, and that 3 falls. fouls, and Villanova within 3. Timeout. Oh, no, a technical. A technical has been assessed on the way up the floor.
Wow. Tell you one, that's the rule.
So Kolek will shoot the 2 free throws. He's an 83% shooter. Then Marquette ball. With 7:26 to go in the first half.
Well, you mentioned what an addition this kid has been. Really good with either hand at the rim as well. Makes that deep shot. He can set up his drive game.
And it's the world we live in now in college basketball. The A-10 Rookie of the Year last year at George Mason. Has a great year at George Mason. Unfortunately for George Mason and fortunately for Marquette, he makes a move. Shaka Smart's delighted to have him. He is a terrific talent in the backcourt.
I thought Shaka was interesting, telling both of us the hard part is retaining your players. And of course, the unseemly side of it is sort of chatting with other players at other programs. Mid-post, I like this.
And Lewis's jumper a little bit strong. Samuels the rebound.
Oh, he went up, didn't he? He's the toughest in Samuels. And Dixon moving up, gives him room to roam. Nice string out.
Moore over Rigodaro. Off the heel. Samuels trying for the rebound, able to secure it inside, and a foul.
I think on Lewis maybe got tangled up a little bit.
It will be on Lewis, his first. But you talked about the toughness of Jermaine Samuels. We've been playing with this adductor strain for the better portion of a month, and you wouldn't know it by watching him out on the floor.
No, absolutely. I'm sure in practice, though, they probably keep him on the sideline a little bit, just maybe walk through some things. But at this time of year, there's a lot of lingering injuries. Tough gamble. Well,
his first.
I don't think you want to wrestle with Daniels.
You may not come out on top of that one.
Shaka back at home, loves it, huh? Said his mom gets down here. I think she's coming tonight, right?
Yep, she's supposed to be here tonight.
Well, he's Oliver Purnell, Billy Donovan. He's been with some good programs over the years. There's his success at VCU and Texas.
Kolek able to tip it away, goes out of bounds as Daniels tried to recover. And there's the impact of Tyler Kolek and a deflection. That's why Shaka Smart's so fired up.
Shaka, he should put a uniform on. He's got so much inside of him, huh? Enthusiasm. There's that little roll. This is where he's tough now. Look at the kid. It's amazing. He's a winner at the rim, and they've got everybody lifted, so it's one-on-one.
And Kolek stretches it out to 7 again. Gillespie will bring it up.
This is a tough match with Prosper's life. That's why he's been getting many looks when Prosper's on the floor.
There's Samuels.
They've switched it. This is a little bit of a matchup right here.
Open in the corner. Good look from Moore. Can't connect. Tip try won't go. And a rebound cradled by Prosper.
He's always got his head up. Oh, don't give him that.
Wide open 3. Kolek pointing at his head coach as he stretches it to a 10-point game.
You think that's the message? I want you to shoot more.
Especially if you hit. He's got 10. Gillespie backs it out to Dixon. He'll try from deep. And the rebound ripped down by Mitchell. For 3.
Wow.
Kolek had it pop out. It was all the way through, and it came up.
They're going to give him the keys to the city, I think. They got to push off or no?
No foul on Mitchell for Marquette.
Well, it's tough to contain the strength of these guards of Villanova, though, when they turn the corner. Clever. Saw him at the rim. Why not step out? Bring your luggage deep. How about that? He might get a technical for Wolf and his coach.
Diacono to inbound. Nowhere to go for Samuels. Quick closeout. Here's Gillespie trying. And Mitchell under the board. Kolek.
Not a good one there.
And it caromed off Gillespie. It'll stay on this end.
Yeah, I think they got the right call.
It's amazing to see the confidence of this Marquette team right now.
They are growing and blossoming, no question about it. They are going to be a factor in the NCAA tournament. Now, this league is difficult night in and night out. Can't take anything for granted. They have stepped up their play.
I don't think anybody, especially in short prep, wants to deal with that pressure.
And they've really become a better, Sanders with the reach in. They've really become a better offensive team, I think. They know their roles and what direction they're trying to go. Deployment.
Big one here. This is number 2 on Samuels.
Yeah, he's big, and we know Villanova's not deep, particularly up front.
Likely won't see Brian Antoine tonight. He's been battling a left ankle sprain from practice last week. Didn't play on Saturday. Kolek trying to back down Gillespie.
Well, he makes you stay honest outside, too. Not a good look here. Got away with it.
And the 3 in and out for Elliott. Tip try is there.
Lois showing you an array of talent. Big-time offensive rebound. Couldn't check him out.
And a 9-0 Marquette run. They've matched their largest lead.
Automatic switching on the perimeter. Almost a zone look.
Moore patient with that one. Got a good look. Just couldn't get it to fall.
I think this pace favors Marquette, though.
Prosper to work against Archie Diacono. He likes this matchup. Bullying him inside. Can't get it to go. Rebound. Karam's out. Second chance again. Kolek on the drive.
That.
Oh, my.
He loves it. You don't jump on that left hand. He's going to put you in a suitcase. Loves that free hand delivery.
Everybody standing. The largest lead of the night for Marquette.
They really have not been able to dribble into the lane, lock the pivot foot, and then find somebody in the perimeter. Everybody's staying at home. Even here, great defense.
5 to shoot. Gillespie contested 3. Kolek got out there, nearly got a piece of it.
No, they are really into it defensively.
From the jump, Marquette has been ready.
They have been solid. Even quicker to the ball on the offensive end. Anything loose,
Lewis.
he can jump over him. Nice help.
Yeah, Gillespie providing the help. The 3 in the corner for Kolek won't go. And a foul against Maxence Prosper. And a timeout on the floor.
Pretty competitive, huh? Goodness. Both ends of the floor. I thought it was just in the game, Chris, but Gillespie hasn't really had much time. He's had a quick jack shots.
Moore at the line. He and Gillespie, top 2 scorers on this Villanova team, combined 4 points, 1 for 9 from the floor. You talk about the defense for Marquette. They picked 2 guys to defend very well early on.
Absolutely. And the big thing that was finishing for Villanova the next 3 minutes. Just to stay in touch a little bit, extending the floor. First time we've seen this little 3-quarter court. A little straight-up zone now. They worked on this today.
They were not afraid of Villanova went zone. They were kind of excited about it, but Villanova able to get the turnover. Longino with 2 fouls back on the floor gets the steal. Gillespie looking for a 3, got the open look, and he knew what to do.
He's not going to back off. Nice little ball screen. The lift of Dixon helped. They need room to roam.
5 straight for Villanova.
It's amazing, a little wrinkle, how things change. The adjustment they have to make. That takes care of that, huh?
Lewis is deep 2. Stretches it back out to 11 for Marquette.
Well, you can just see his confidence soaring on the offensive end of the floor.
10 tonight for Justin Lewis. 9th straight game in double figures.
A great physique, too, for this game.
Gillespie trying for back-to-back 3s. Lewis the rebound.
Went back to straight up man.
There's Lewis.
Tough match for Longino.
Tough three, but it falls. How about Lewis? 13.
Loading it up. Leaving it all out there.
And a 14-point lead again from Marquette. A little stiff arm to the Villanova hopes of a late run.
And nobody getting free. He's got a little hook now.
Iguodala holds his ground, open in the corner. That pass was low. Pretty good job by Daniels to get it up there, but it rims out.
Pretty solid balance here.
And almost a takeaway. Daniels got a hand on it.
They're going to play hard. You know that, these kids.
Coming up on the Jeep Halftime Report, Mike Hill and Coach Lavin preview tomorrow night's huge slate of college.
Oh, wait, totally.
52.3 until halftime.
But the Big East tournament is going to be something else. Where you see these teams. Nice denial here by Chris.
Kolek the three.
He's got, I thought that was in too.
Right on line.
Yeah.
They do 2 for 1 if they hurry. They'll try. Moore's three won't go. Rebound by Lewis.
Big time snatch. I think you're going to hold for one.
4.5 seconds, the difference between game and shot clock here.
This is where they're effective on this ball screen because they spread the corner for threes and they roll the big guy.
Lewis, I see what he's shooting.
I don't think he's seen the clock. He got fouled now.
Nope, no foul on the up the floor quickly. And Kolek got a hand on it to deflect it away. Halftime is here, and a half dominated by the home team, up 46-32. They're 12-1 when they lead at the break.
And it just shows you Villanova really off their game. Some of the passes they've made have not been
since 2020. For the Villanova Wildcats, again, we told you this team, when they win, it's usually based on their defense. When they lose, their defense has had some issues, and they're trending in the wrong direction on both counts tonight.
This program has a lot of pride, and so do these kids, though. So I think they'll muster a little better offense and start guarding on the other end in one possession.
Brandon Slater will start it up.
And they're right there on the catch, aren't they?
That arm extended every time. Barely a look. 10 on the shot clock. On the bounce, nice into pass. Traffic, and a good hard dribble by Justin Moore to take it up.
Now there's the adjustment. Dixon outside, brings the big away, little back cut. Big time delivery.
Marquette back on the floor. He was in foul trouble most of that first half.
And Marcel's been quiet, too. They haven't really needed his efficiency.
They hit that very first three of the ball game, airballed a couple, and that's about all we've heard from Daryl Morcell.
Pretty good help there by Dixon.
Kolek in the corner, way off on the three. Samuels the rebound.
Slater, good contest.
Now Moore, can he get it going in this second half?
There's where they get it in the lane and good things happen for this team.
Slater fouled and he'll go to the line.
He's quick, isn't he? Explosive.
And got into the lane. Good things happen.
Absolutely. That's their game. They got away from it. But I also think it was the contesting and solid D of Marquette. Very well prepared.
First foul on Morcell. To the line goes Brandon Slater. Another excellent free throw shooter for the nation's best free throw shooting team.
How about that? Key for them is getting to the line.
Only 5 attempts tonight. Now, they hit all 5. Marquette also 5 for 5 at the line. Perfect for Slater, who was held to just 3 points in that first game with Marquette.
Right back at 10, though. Knocking at the door. You've got to make the opponent now think about the shot. What are we going to do next? When it's going good, everybody's loosey-goosey.
They went zone a little bit in that first half, but not a lot. See if Kolek can go to work here. On the bounce and the hammer for Kirkwood.
Is he good with that little space dribble, timing, bang, little pocket pass to the big fella.
He may be freshman in the roster, but he is not a freshman on the floor. Had a full year last year. Samuels with the rebound. Morcell ahead to Kolek.
Not a good pass here. Dixon very alert. And just really solid, simple basketball. Empty side. Turn open and bang it big time. Whew. That's why he's that high percentage shooter.
Prosper has to back it out. Here's Kolek now to work, and a screen.
Yep.
Offensive foul. That'll be Prosper. His second.
Yeah, he did the same thing, I think, earlier. A little moving screen. They're just so alert with that, officials. You got to be perfectly still, and the teammate has to put it on the deck at the proper time as well.
Saw the arm extend a little bit, too. That was a pretty easy one to call. At the free throw line, Slater short. Lewis the rebound.
Yeah, real good look, though.
Sixth board for Lewis to go with his 13 points.
This automatic switching's been perplexing until this guy gets into the lane.
And Dixon. Rebound off that miss. The big man will bring it up.
Well, Samuel's got a mismatch at the rim if they go to him.
Dixon extended against Queth, trying to back him down into the paint. Over Queth.
He's got either hand. He's a good player, getting better, raising his level of performance.
Another guy who's gotten better in Big East play too, Ref. 11 points, 7 rebounds a game. Morcell, tough fadeaway. Dixon changed that shot.
Big-time defensive stop.
Gillespie, the pass tipped to Samuels. Here's Moore, the trailer for three. Off. And Queth battling for the rebound and a foul underneath.
He gets number 3. I think he's upset.
Right to the bench he goes.
He's walking right out. This is a double-headed center that they have, though. Wow. He got sandwiched, I thought, right? Maybe early on they got him for a little bit of a shove.
That's big. 3 fouls now on Queth. Although Iguodaro played excellent minutes in the first half.
It's a nice combo they have. A different look.
Here's Moore down the left side of the lane with a left hand.
Power the kid has. Good timeout. Down to 8.
Size of this Marquette team, it's just not a great matchup for us, and Marquette's taking advantage of that.
Coaches look at it. And of course, now the big thing, I think, make Marquette run their offense a little bit, contest, and then all of a sudden they got to think. And that burden is on their shoulders a little bit.
Iguodaro.
Nice job in the inside by Daniels.
And Prosper's 3 won't go. Ball caroms into the hands of Gillespie.
And Daniels with the checkout on Lewis. Well, he's given up about 4 inches. Where they are trapping and showing on Gillespie.
Moore, nice. Fades back for 3. Long rebound to get his own.
They got the hand up on the shooters, though.
Samuels trying to muscle his way through Iguodaro. That won't go. Dixon fighting for the rebound in the putback.
Samuels active, too. Kept it alive for the big guy to finish the deal.
10-2 run. Villanova backward in 6. You know they're not going anywhere.
No, there's too much pride and dignity in this program.
Morcell on the attack and a foul.
It could have maybe been Samuels at first, but they go to Dixon.
Timeout on the floor. 6-point lead for Marquette. 2 teams right now.
These are all line games anymore. That's what's good about the league. You get a win, it's going to pep you up a little bit. I remember saying to Jay when he announced they were going to play some of these teams somewhere in the tournament. Like, what do you think? You're Tom Izzo? Remember Tom Izzo?
Used play anybody anytime.
John Chaney was another guy like that. Pretty good D there, but a counter by Marcell.
That foul before the timeout, incidentally, was charged to Jermaine Samuels. That's big, and I mention it only because that's his 3rd, and he's on the bench.
Absolutely disadvantage the way he competes.
A rare miscommunication as Daniels goes one way and Gillespie the other.
They can turn the page, these kids, though. That's what's great about this program. Next play. A little zone again here.
Only saw it for a couple of trips down the floor in the first half.
They got one turnover out of it, and then Lewis made a little drive right in this little angle.
The skip to Kolek. He'll leave for Morcell. Back to Lewis for the open three, and he rolls it home. That may knock you out of his zone.
Tell you what, this kid, he keeps drilling those to complement his inside game. Powerful.
What a talent. 16 points, 6 rebounds for Justin Lewis. Baseline drive for Slater. And then the wraparound. Are they going to continue it? They are. Count the bucket. And one more at the line.
And, you know, Dixon did a great job sealing, permitting that entry by Slater. And Shaka looking for that little chicken wing. And he may have gotten it out just a little bit. But Lewis, a very tough position to be in. Villanova very comfortable under the glass on the release.
Second foul on Lewis. 3-point play complete for Brandon Slater. Quick down the floor. A quick three rebounded by Slater.
Wow. I don't know about that, Jack. When you got control, you just don't want to give it up.
Here's Gillespie. Looking for the screen from Dixon. He'll fire the three. Got a good look, and he made him pay.
I'll tell you, this kid, just an amazing attitude on the floor. Even if he misses shots, the confidence to drill it and take advantage of the opportunity.
5-point game again. Kolek on the drive. That's short. Rebound bouncing all over the place. And Morcell, look what I found. Kolek in the corner. What an answer.
That was big. That hustle play. Early in the game, they were doing the same thing. Villanova not matching in that effort.
Kolek is something else. 15 points. And big shot after big shot. Moore.
Nice screen there by Dixon again.
Extra pass. Gillespie waiting for traffic to clear. In and out. Slater climbing up the glass and puts it back in.
Boy, he keeps improving, that kid.
Now Kolek to work. Morcell trying to clear the lane, and an offensive foul on Kolek. That'll be his second. And now, wait a minute. There's a conversation here. Originally called an offensive foul.
They're going the other way.
And it is an offensive foul. It'll stay that call on Kolek.
I think the conversation was he in the restraining area? He's outside. Whether you like it or not, he was outside. They're going to make that call easier for the officials. You know, once you plant that foot and start up, I just don't like people sliding in.
Second on Kolek. He sits down. And Gillespie will bring it up. Villanova has never led in this game. Marquette got a three from Morcell to start. They've led since. Gillespie in some trouble. Found Moore. Open look. In and out. Morcell had the late challenge. He'll bring it up the floor.
Nice little flare screen there set by Iguodala.
Now Iguodala, the beneficiary, trying to run baseline. Back it goes to Elliott. Step back three for Elliott. Off the heel. And we've got a whistle and a flop warning.
You can always call the flop, though, when the team's in the open floor, don't you think?
Yeah.
It's almost like evaluating the three-point shot. You know, you can do that at some point. Go back.
Crowd yelling it's a flop behind us.
Very attentive.
They are correct. It was a flop and the flop warning issued. The officials I know appreciate all the help they get from fans across the Big East.
Well, they need earmuffs. Sam is back on the floor now.
Iguodala, nice job not biting on that ball fake. In trouble.
Cut by Gillespie.
Gillespie has it poked free. Ball loose. Caroms to Marquette, and Marcel will start it up the floor.
Elliott with the strip.
The no look. And Elliott cannot connect. Iguodala swats it out of bounds to Nova.
But they are quick to the ball, though, aren't they?
They are flying all over the place. Good ball game. 6-point game, 11:49 to go, and is top from the floor.
Good experience, too, Kev. These kids have been down the road, played in hostile environments. Obviously, deep runs in the NCAA during the course of their careers.
As Gillespie goes to work for Villanova. With a baseline. A little low for Moore. Open look for Samuels. That three. Rebounded by Cam Jones.
Those are 2 trips now. The opportunity to get it to 4 or 3. Jones thinks shots now if you're guarding him.
Looking for
nice
one.
denial.
Tipped out. And it's going to stay on this end of the floor. Kolek coming back in now for Marquette. Also, Marquette returning. Had 3 fouls, and that put him on the bench. He has battled foul trouble all night.
And you know he's going to be the roll guy. How are you going to play? You going to trap the ball? Where's the help going to come on the roll?
Kolek, look at the split, and
good play.
Here comes Gillespie.
Nice hesitation.
Good defense by Cam Jones. Got back on Gillespie, and now the bounce down low. Samuels underneath is fouled. And again, Nova comfortable under the rim.
It's unbelievable. They get to the top of the restraining line, and of course the defense addresses that, and guys just dive beautifully and just drop that little pocket pass. I mean, that is just terrific. That little short corner.
Cam Jones with his first foul. And Samuels to the line. One more. Villanova 8 for 8 at the stripe tonight.
Now, one thing about Villanova, they are very comfortable in close games. Confident performers, know where to go with it.
That's really where that experience shines.
Absolutely.
And it starts with the guy leading that team in Gillespie. There's Lewis.
A little ISO for him. That's that little flash that Jay was talking about today.
Bump. Lewis contested three. A little strong, and Dixon the rebound.
They got a little pep in their step right now, Villanova. They're starting to feel pretty good.
A 5-point game, 9-3 spurt to get right back in this one for 12th ranked Villanova.
A little push gives them plenty of clock, even if they get a fast break.
There's Samuels with 10 to shoot. Got to the foul line. Got a good look. A little strong on that one. And Jones, strong rebound.
He's got a little shake in his game too, Jones, doesn't he?
He's got some confidence too. Kolek.
A nice job by Samuels taking away. Kerr going to the rim. Nice pump.
Thought about that shot. Gets inside, and Samuel, or Slater rather, there to get the rebound and a foul on Kolek.
Yep,
that'll be his third.
Not a good one. A little frustrated after the miss.
17 foul, so with only one foul against Villanova, it's going to be a while before Marquette gets to the line. But Nova, trying to come back, is going to be shooting free throws the rest of the way.
And you had addressed how well they shoot it, too. Clock stops, get in touch a little bit.
Chris Archie-Diacono will enter for the shooter when Slater is done, assuming he makes both. 1-1 for Brandon Slater.
Well, he is terrific, isn't he? That's why that three-point shot's going to come. Did it early. Get that confidence. Great rotation.
More of a defensive guy last year for this team.
Very much so. They earn their spurs in this program.
They certainly do.
You know, they just are comfortable in a situation where they might be a backup or not get the minutes that they may have in another program, but they learn how to play.
3-point game.
I used to say he's just not a pretty suit on the sideline. Now he's dressed in like the rest of us.
What you're wearing on your couch. Here's Kolek. Marquette really could use a bucket. He's had good luck down there, but not down that shot.
He almost got a fourth foul there. He's got to be careful.
Wildcats within 3, brimming with confidence right now. Gillespie,
nice
Dixon
pass
underneath, and Queth with the block.
Tell you what a great look by Gillespie, but a great reaction. He is so tough around. That's his domain. Thou shalt not enter. Ooh, little pump would have got him on two.
Marcel in for Kolek. Olivier Maxence Prosper coming back in for Greg Elliott.
He gives him a lot of size right away. He's on Gillespie. He was tough early on him with that long reach.
A big lineup on the floor right now for Marquette. Here's Gillespie. Got Prosper in the air trying to bait the foul call. No whistle.
He does that very well. Usually gets on the hip of the defender. Good knock call, really.
Here's Marcel against Archie Diacono. Back the guard down.
He's like in the playground, right?
Fade away from Marcel. You saw that the minute he crossed the timeline that he was ready for that.
Absolutely. He's telling Shaka, let me do it a little more.
Goes to Daniels. Now Daniels inside. Wrap around. Archie Diacono. The 3 won't go. And Dixon with the tip out. Moore at the top. Won't go. And a whistle and a foul on Dixon underneath.
Over the top. Some good looks for Villanova. Just didn't make him.
First foul on Dixon.
Well, they stand more here than at a high mass. The only difference is no collection in the middle of it.
Well, we've got a priest on either bench, so. Marcel.
He wants to go.
Fades away. Starting to feel it.
This kid, I think he's a difference maker on this team. We know what the others can do, but he's now become an offensive threat, deep, mid-range, and clever with the bounce.
Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year last year at Maryland, but he's old, too. 23 years old. Big advantage to have that age and experience.
No question.
7-point game. Daniels looking.
Tough shot.
Blocked away.
Marcel again defensively.
Here's Jones. Back out to Marcel.
He wants to go.
Yeah, he's feeling it. Queth with the screen. Picked up on a switch by Samuels. Marcel again.
He's taking over the game.
He's a one-man run. Daryl Marcel. Marquette with a 9-point lead. Marcel with the... Still Big East fan.
Why not, right? Dante off that injury a couple years ago. Got themselves a ring, the city alive. They love their Bucks, and they love Marquette, too, the way they're playing. They've gotten away from that full-court pressure quite a bit.
But Marcel has turned this game around the other way again. Villanova had all the momentum.
They sure did.
Here's Moore trying to bring it back for Villanova. 10 on the shot clock. Working against Marcel. Backs it out to Samuels. And it's rebounded by Prosper.
A pretty good defensive set to end up with a deep thrust.
See if Marcel keeps it up after the timeout.
He wants an ISO, too. Now he's got Gillespie.
Trying to spin baseline. Backing him down. The shot rattles home.
This is an NBA takeover right now. LeBron type. Back him down. Put this team on his shoulders.
13 for Marcel. 10 in the second half.
It looked like he was talking to Jay, too.
Daniels inside. He'll go to the line.
Oh, that's strength, though. You have to keep playing some defense, and Jay's going to have to get some wrinkles on the other end. Maybe double him at times. I just love this kid's attitude. Turns that shoulder, owns you.
Well, it's been a road for Caleb Daniels. You know, he had COVID and went 5 months of the offseason with myocarditis, and so the doctors were telling him, you can't do anything to elevate your heart rate. I mean, so you come back after all that, and you're healthy, and he's doing fine now. But what kind of shape are you in? You haven't shot the ball for 5 months.
And the fear, too.
Sure.
Am I going to be okay?
And now all that's sort of receded. He knows he's going to be okay. He's got his shot back. He's got his game back a little bit. Villanova very happy, but
well, this kid's got his game back right here. Marcel, another run interaction. Little dive to the box.
Marcel. Lobbing for play. Really good play by Slater.
Very alert. He's really on top of his game. Marcel trying to blow up that exchange.
Gillespie trying to work against Marcel. Tough to dislodge him. That'll be a reach-in foul.
Not a good foul.
Number 2 on Marcel.
He's got that size. He just had to stay there. But they're doing a great job on Marquette. Once the ball does get into the lane, they're hugging their guy. They're not giving up that kick-out open look.
So Gillespie to the line, 6th in college basketball, with a free throw percentage over 90%.
It's amazing. 69 threes on the year as well. And a tough kid.
Top 20 all-time in scoring at Villanova. Co-Big East Player of the Year last year, even with the torn MCL late in the season against the Creighton Blue Jays.
No, that was crushing, wasn't it?
Well, it changed what this Villanova team could do.
In the tournament, no question about it.
2 for 2 for Gillespie, the preseason player of the year in this league, and certainly somebody who will be right in that conversation in the postseason.
He gets his points silently on not an exquisite night for him. He just hangs tough.
That's what Villanova's been doing tonight, just hanging around, but Marquette's always seemingly had an answer. Prosper providing the answer here.
Oh, how about that? I hope he's okay. Fell into the photographer's row. Pretty good use of that left, too. But a lot of guys that can take their man. Look at this pretty little kiss.
He's ready for his close-up wrap, right into the cameras.
Unbelievable. Well, that keeps you honest defensively when you have so many people who can beat you off the bounce.
First free throw opportunity in the second half here for Marquette. Remember, Villanova's only committed 3 fouls. Prosper with the three-point play. His biggest impact has been defensively tonight with that length.
They switch, obviously, but Gillespie's been his guy initially. And not able to get that vantage point of drilling shots.
Daniels looking for a little help. Queth showing on that screen attempt. Here's Gillespie.
And they're right there with a hand up.
They've been right there all night. Moore inside. Marcel says no. Lewis, 3 in transition. Yes.
That'll bring the house down. A lot of different guys, too, which is a major league dilemma. I thought more on that penetration had an open kick out to Gillespie. Would have kept them in touch a little bit. Instead, sort of forced the issue.
And how about Justin Lewis? He sees a Wildcat, and he's been able to tame them in 2 games this year.
I'll say picking it off the deck against them in the wind.
This pressure applied. Gillespie's had to work tonight.
And once again, Prosper. They're showing and doubling and trapping.
Dixon turns down the 3. 10 to shoot. Samuels turns the corner on Queth. Can't get it there, and Queth the rebound.
Not easy.
Villanova started 6 for 11 in the second half. 1 for 13 since, and they're 1 for 10 from behind the arc in the second.
But Marquette has really matched them, though. Couple of hits, bounce back, got good shots, got the ISO. Marcel got him going.
8 to shoot. Prosper. Baseline. Reverse.
What a five. Well, Tyler really sees the floor beautifully.
Largest lead of the night, and what a time for it for the home team.
Really not penetrating with much success. Nice roll here. Look at the cover.
Marcel right out on Samuels. He'll drive on Marcel, and Samuels will go to the line for one more.
Hell of a goal, too, going to the left. Big time. Marquette's been pretty good, pretty impressive, don't you think?
No question about it. These Golden, it's usually defense first. When they lose, somebody's been able to figure out that defense.
No question about it. And the big thing now is making free throws, put a little wrinkle defensively, see if you can speed them up a little bit.
Samuels can't connect on the free throw. We've got a foul. Prosper slithering in around Brandon Slater, picks up his third.
Pretty good quickness by Slater.
So Slater, who is 7 for 7 at the line, going back for 2 more.
His activity has been very important, I think, to this Villanova team. This keeps them hanging around a little bit.
We're looking ahead a little bit. If Villanova is going to need to foul to send Marquette to the line at the end of this thing, they're going to need to pick up the pace of the fouls. They've only got 3 all half.
You sound like the voice of Al McGuire. Every time I come here, I think of the evenings I spent with that gentleman.
What a legend.
A great history. A legend in broadcasting as well.
No question. Kolek had a top 3. Lewis able to secure it. And then Gillespie, a whistle and a foul.
I think he had the ball, really.
They'll give it to Samuels. And that's 4 on Samuels.
A little more frenzied defense by Villanova, too. Trying to make it a little more helter-skelter.
4th team foul on the Wildcats. And Queth trying to save it in play, but he throws it to Moore. Moore driving inside. Oh, my.
I saw that coming.
Oh, my.
Goodness.
Marcel with his 4th, but the more pressing concern is Justin Moore if you're a Villanova fan.
I thought he should have given it up, too, Kev. I mean, right here he's got a partner on the wing. And dead to rights. You can just see that give on him there, foot on foot.
That left foot, it hit the foot of Marcel, and you saw the twist.
Now, if he is to go out, Shaka has a right to pick somebody else to shoot it. Guys always fight through for the free throws, though, don't they?
Especially when they're a good free throw shooter like Moore is. 79% on the year.
He's hurt now. This kid is a tough competitor.
It's been a tough night for those guards to score. 2 for 11, 0 for 7 from 3 from Moore tonight. It's the free throw to get one more here. Over 1,000 career points tonight for Justin Moore. Not all in one night. That would be a record.
998 coming in.
Yeah. 70th Wildcat to go over the 1,000 point mark.
The history of that program. Incredible.
It's a lot of 1,000 point scorers.
It is. Now, they've been good for an awfully long time.
1 for 2 from Moore.
They couldn't get him out. Now they do.
And the foul is given. That one going on Caleb Daniels, and that will now give Villanova the chance to substitute Justin Moore.
He's struggling a little bit walking that sideline, too.
That's the last thing Villanova needs is another injured player. They're so thin right now, and they've had so many guys battling injuries over the last few weeks.
Going to the locker room, too. Start some treatment right away. They just got involved with a team that was very good tonight, Marquette.
from the very opening tip. You could just tell they were focused and locked in on this game.
Both ends. And, it's not necessarily the size. Not a good handle here.
And Slater with a good find. Gillespie to the other end. And an 8-point game.
But getting back to the defensive stance, the size is important, but the distance away from the burst in the proper spot, you can't jack one up. They get some tickers, these kids, too. They're not going to just concede anything.
And a foul is called. Morcell got into trouble, nearly threw that away. Gillespie commits the foul. His second, team sixth.
Nice little trap.
Marquette at UConn coming up, and then Butler, Georgetown, Creighton, and Butler. Morcell.
Make some hay, maybe a little push at the end.
So a foul on Longino, his third, and now 1-and-1 opportunity coming up. Iguodaro returning for Marquette. Elliott will leave as Morcell goes to the line. He really turned this game in the second half. Villanova had closed, had a little momentum, and Morcell just took over on the offensive end is where he turned it.
Absolutely, no question about it, particularly that mid-range game. Not afraid of the moment either. Telling Shaka, give me a little clear as look ahead for the Cats.
Boy, a quick turnaround for Villanova. Late flight home tonight. They're not going to practice tomorrow, so they've got a short prep for a very good UConn team that's going to be a little grumpy after their loss.
That's a great point, too. Another happy group after that game. And Creighton really took it to him.
Well, this is good to see Justin Moore back in the game.
Not that he's indestructible, but boy, he is a powerful kid.
And tough. Crowd starting to see the finish line in Milwaukee. Gillespie trying to push that finish line back, and the rebound controlled by Lewis.
How about he tipped it to himself, too. I like the shot, though. Making you down 7.
Lewis with 8 boards to go with his 19 tonight.
Ooh, that was, I think, a palm and then the sideline.
Yeah, but that was the ball slipping out of his hands, and as he tried to secure the ball, lost track of his footing. So a turnover. Back to Villanova.
Give him some life.
15 Marquette turnovers, and it really hasn't hurt him that much. Daniels at 3, no. Gillespie can't get the tip to fall. Lewis with another rebound. And Marquette in no hurry right now.
And why should they be, right? A lot of guys at the end of the clock that can make plays on the floor right now.
Only 2 teams have swept Villanova in the regular season since the Big East was reformed. Creighton in the first year and Butler in 2016-2017 in an offensive foul. Going the other way, Morcell charged with the foul. His 5th. He has fouled out of this one and still down.
Hope he's okay. It's funny, Warfare, we were saying that block charge, a lot of injuries occur in that situation. And Moore, injured and battered, stood in there and picked up that charge. This is where you got to, he's right at that foul line. He just wanted to dunk it, though. And a little floater. They all have the floater, too. He really didn't have to get that deep. That's a little showbiz right there.
And unfortunately for Daryl Morcell, that'll be the end of the show. Tonight he's fouled out, but 15 points for Daryl Morcell after a first half that saw him held to just 3 points. He took over in the second half when Marquette needed him.
Well, he had a good game when the good father shook his hand down at the end of the bench, right?
Gillespie.
Nice. Oh, Samuels didn't see the little slip pass.
He was going for the rebound. He thought he'd shot it.
Well, they do pump fake. They even sometimes pump fake their teammates, right?
Fake themselves out. Elliott working against Gillespie and the foul. That's going to send Greg Elliott to the free throw line. 81% on the year. 10-point game, 1:10 to go in this one.
I just love this, though. they're out of touch a little bit in terms of the score, but this communication skill, the thought process, you're thinking of the future, what's going to happen down the road. This is a tournament-tested group, confident, and they got a best shot, I think, Marquette. They're very impressive.
Feels like a long time ago, Raph, that this Marquette team was 0-3 in Big East play. But it was this year. They were 0-3 to start, then won 7 straight. Nobody had ever done that before in the history, not of the reformed Big League, but Big East, but the entire league's history. It's never been done.
Yeah, I was thinking of UConn when they ran the table at the end of the year. You know, the 5 in the tournament, and then the 6 in the NCAA for the championship.
Go from deep and out of bounds off the fingertips of Caleb Daniels.
Now, these fans have appreciated it, too.
Now, it will not be the first time Marquette has swept Villanova. They swept them in 2011-2012, but that was prior to the new Big East. Since then, and the real dominance of Villanova in this league, it's only happened twice, and we are 57 seconds away from a 3rd season sweep by a team.
Well, it's a major win if you beat them once. No question.
No question.
With the success they've had.
And a credit to what Jay Wright has been able to maintain year after year after year. That's not easy to do in this era of college basketball.
He's the gold standard. I think Shaka's found a home here, though. Interesting to talk to him about the portal, the name, image, and likeness, what's going on in the country, concerned about the tournament, where's it going to be held? And by that, hoping it is
on site. Yep.
Yeah.
It's pretty remarkable how quickly he's been able to establish the culture that he wants to establish at Marquette. And he talked about it with us today. We're talking, it's constant film watching, constant reminders of what they want to do. These kids have bought in.
And grow and develop, he was saying. And the big thing, though, early in the year speaking to him, is the summer and the fall. Being there with these kids really helped the preparation for the season.
More into the corner to Longino, and that 3 drops, and a timeout called by Jay Wright with 39.7 seconds to go.
That's good for Longino. He's a kid, nice prospect. Where did you come up with that number? And he really didn't have a solid answer. I guess he just, in terms of possessions, the game, I'm sure is part of it.
But he did say that it's an indication not only of their defense, but he says there's a strong correlation to what they do offensively as well, and that is a turnover.
And they come down the end here.
And they go on the other end. Yep, no touch. Shaka Smart wanted a foul, didn't get it.
And you get a quick look right here now. But Elliott was totally committed to that inbounds pass. I think he'd have just found somebody else. Although designed from the bench, no question about it. But you got to be absolutely sure, and he has to be free.
39.7 on the clock. Villanova out of timeouts. Marquette has 2 remaining.
I like Moore here with the mismatch, little curl. I love this play.
Gillespie's 3 is good, and an 8-point game.
They don't go away.
And down the trap, and the foul. Moore fouling Elliott.
They're not going to look, are they?
I think they are. They're going to send everybody to the respective benches and look. 2 shots and the ball for Marquette as Greg Elliott to the line.
We talk about all the guys that can contribute. He's had some good games, good runs. Just doing as they're asked.
They've got a lot of weapons that can be used in a variety of different ways on a variety of different game plans. They're an interesting team to watch, not only the remainder of the Big East season, but moving into the NCAA tournament. We showed you Mike DeCourcy's projection earlier of them as a solid 5 seed right now.
Right. Well, they're not just a catch-and-shoot three-point team either. They can do it off the dribble, and there's a little nickel-dimer.
Longino with the foul. And with 35.4 seconds to go, free throws on the other end.
Now, this is what leagues are all about. You do a lot of Big Ten as well as Big East. I mean, the venue's very difficult to get a steal on the road.
Again, how would you like to have to prepare for what the length of Marquette is and the system they run when you get to an NCAA tournament, especially if you'd have them on a second-round game?
Well, you had mentioned the run and the struggle at the beginning of the Big East. They've gotten better, and then that's, being together more often.
And as of right now, a 7-bid projected league in the Big East, and you're getting better against the 7-bid league. That's pretty good.
New York's going to be pretty good happening.
A mini NCAA tournament, that Big East tournament. Gillespie into the corner to Daniels. That three falls. No timeouts left for Villanova. 82-73 our score.
One thing about Villanova, if they do lose with some style. I mean, they don't just pack the tack all the way to the end. Closing the timeout here.
Marquette uses one of their 2 remaining. We talk about
some hidden, lingering injuries that you alluded to during the broadcast that sort of take away from the fluidity of the team.
Again, didn't see Brian Antoine tonight. That's a guy who would have played a role, but he's battled injuries his whole career. Shoulder injuries the first couple of years. Right patella earlier this year. Twisted his ankle, left ankle in practice this week. That's now kept him out of 2 straight games.
And it's sort of short. The bench isn't deep to begin with. And, losing him or any others is a major catastrophe.
Mangino has fouled out.
There's a lot of murmurs going on in the crowd because this is creeping into their social life.
It was already a later start. But I'll say this, most of them have stuck around.
Yeah, they have. Now they're relishing, as you noted, beating them twice.
Kolek to the line.
He looks like one of those kids who's going to be playing for the rest of his life.
He does, doesn't he?
They say his dad loves to play, too.
Well, if his dad has the competitive streak and skill of his son, those are some pretty good one-on-ones at the Y.
I bet he passed it on, though. Knowledge of the game. Rhode Island kid. 82%. He's got to work on that free throw.
Dixon will try the 3 with Kolek in his face. Won't go. Rebound by Iguodaro, and that'll do it.
Yep, backing off. Good solid performance.
And a big win for Marquette. They sweep the Villanova Wildcats. 83-73, the final in Milwaukee. 6th win against a top 25 team this year to tie the school record. And the updated Big East standings. Providence stands alone. Marquette with the